Phantom Progdor asks where babies come from. Mr. Scully, do you want to answer that while I go get another beer?
Beer babies. Beer babies. Well, you see, when a stork and a cabbage love each other very much, beer babies, beer babies, beer babies, they get together and have sex, beer babies,
because that's where my baby comes from.
Stork, cabbage, beer babies, half strings of DNA, beer babies, beer babies,
because that's where my baby comes from.
Stork, cabbage, beer babies, and little half strings of DNA from the stork combined with the half strings of DNA from the cabbage, beer babies, and that makes a fetus, beer fetus, beer babies, half strings of DNA, beer babies, which then grows to manageable size, about the size of a softball, beer babies, fetus, softball, beer babies, stork, cabbage, fetus, where babies come from. Very good explanation. Half strings of DNA, beer babies. And at that point, the stork goes and, in the dead of night, visits a woman and inserts that into her uterus. They get together and have sex. Beer babies. Uterus. Softball. Fetus. Beer babies.
Because that's where my baby comes from.
Softball. Beer fetus. In the dead of night. Uterus. Stork. Cabbage. Beer babies. Inserts that into her uterus, or the baby oven, as the scientific community refers to it. Uterus, baby oven, beer babies. And that being done, the baby just matures in the baby oven, uterus, and then it eats its way out of the uterus and through the stomach.
Because that's where my baby comes from.
Stomach, uterus, in the dead of night, softball, sex, cabbage, beer babies. They get together and have sex, beer fetus, sex, baby oven, uterus, very good explanation. Fetus then generally skitters off into the ventilation ducts and then needs to be hunted down before it grows to full size. Generally that's accomplished by a girl with an underbite in her underwear. Underbite in her underwear. Beer babies.
Because that's where my baby comes from.
Beer fetus. Softball. In the dead of night. Baby oven. Ventilation ducts. Beer babies. Well, you see, when a stork and a cabbage love each other very much, ventilation ducts. Underbite in her underwear. So yeah, that's where babies come from. Sex. Half strings of DNA. Cabbage. Baby oven, stomach, stork, in the dead of night, beer babies. So yeah, that's where babies come from. Here I thought that I couldn't talk tonight. I gave a very good explanation about where babies come from that I hope shows up in the thread.
listening to
Future Tapping Game. Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Radio Redux, which is live and unedited, owing to the fact that it's live. Actually this will be live episode 110, but it'll be like the 16th episode of the 2008 season, all told, because they're all sort of being merged together, aren't they, now, as I said last week in the show that none of you are listening to, or paying attention to anyway. So, you probably didn't hear that last time. Anyway, the song that we began our little show with, was actually, it was a song that somebody created, from the game Kingdom of Loathing, and, it sampled a conversation that Mr. Skullhead, who was the main voice you heard there, Mr. Skullhead gave an explanation on where babies come from to answer one of the questions on the podcast 120 Minutes of Jacob Mr. Skullhead, which is the Monday show. Is it Friday? One of them two. I haven't listened to it for ages. Anyway, he did this whole thing about that, and basically tied in various old wives' tales, and it ended up being a whole. It basically turned into the plot of Alien at one point. Hence, the girl with an overbite in her underwear, referring to a certain heroine who you should really know. So yes, hi everyone. Hello to everyone who is in the TSS chat room. And those are, in the order that we usually do it, X Fox Prower, Vidger, Earthhawk Turbo, T-Bird Staff, Speednux Omnos something, because it cuts off, Zotia, SMX, who is emo! He's emo! Shadow Fox 04, Spinball Wizard, who is away, Rolcon, Ringtail Fox, Ricky of Rems, Phantom Sky Blaster, Omen, Logas, Kitsune Forever Sonic, Fly Fox Tails, and Fly Fox, who I'm assuming is the same person. Or perhaps not. Then we have Fuha, D'Artagnan Big C, AAUK, who's on SSR apparently, Strong Bad Sparks, Rolkin Oak, who is no relation to Mr. Okie Doke, at least I hope, JJ Forever, Flyby, MK, Finish Him, LSNK, Birdie, Joshu, and Chanbot. Yes, I've said your name like that for about 5 weeks. Oh dear. Right, Shambot, and also Zach Hawk listening, and Blake Rico is listening, and other people are presumably listening, and, well hey. So, yes, another excellent show by T-Bird that preceded this one. If you're listening to this on the podcast, you might want to try listening to it live, actually on SSR, because then you get the 2 hours of power. We don't do just hour of powers here. We do sort of 2-for-1 combo. You sort of buy T-Bird and you get AAUK free. Because, no one would actually pay for me. So it's the best way of getting rid of surplus stock of AAUK is to tag it on to T-Bird. Thus it's, Strawberry says to please plug my show, it says plug my show Plox. Less than free. Strong Bad Show is on. It's on a day. I can't remember. It was on Tuesday, wasn't it? Or Thursday? I've got a 1 in 7 chance of getting this right. I look forward to the SSR website coming back in its nice new format. I don't know, but listening to Strong Bad Show, he'll tell me full details in a minute via private message, and I will read them out. Although Strong Bad Analysis is Thursday. If you've got a topic or anything you're going to be talking about on Thursday, Strong Bad, PM me, and I will make sure to plug you in the most healthiest way possible. Insert own gag there. So what am I going to talk to you about? Because T kind of, although it's no use to anyone who's actually listening on the podcast, anyone who's listening to this actually live will be aware that T-Bird actually covers quite a lot. I can tell you several things. I can tell you, for instance, that during because obviously we went to VGL, for those who don't know, and it was very good. It was very good indeed. Bit pissed off at the no Sonic medley. Some of us were slightly more pissed off than I was, mainly due to the fact that, it was kind of advertised that the Sonic medley would be, appearing. So there was someone I thought was rather surprised and slightly miffed, and it's we made a good point, I think. Something that I don't think T said, that during the intermission, or as the intermission was coming to an end, I mean, there was a couple. They generally do a couple of the webtoons and the YouTube vids, and one of them was like my childhood in 4 minutes or something or the other, and they had various clips from video games, and we all of us made a very big point in the hope of getting some kind of for anything else, that was. So I'm out of the corner of my eye, the chat room is slowly filling up with demands. No, you tell me what my show's on. So somebody wants to PM me with a comprehensive list of all the shows. I will do a sort of a shout out at the end of the damn show, not in the middle of it. Okay. So somebody wants to do a nice little list of all the shows. I will read them out. I'm not going to go and start faffing around and sorting out. Stuffoo. Right. So we made a very good point of whenever there was a clip that was Sega related, because there wasn't really much Sega either. That was the big thing. That was really disappointing from my point of view. The only real Sega stuff was a segment of Outrun, which appeared in the introductory, the classics, if you like, that medley. There was a little Outrun section. There wasn't really much apart from that, Sega-wise, and that was rather disappointing, I thought. Especially when you consider that, for instance, there was, it was kind of a Mario over. I said to T afterwards, I think it was T, I said to him, I was like, no, it was Rory. I do apologise. It was Rory, but I did think that Sonic Missing was something wrong, because I still believe, quite rightly, I think, that do whatever you like, the Holy Trinity, the Triforce, if you like, of video game series are still Mario, Sonic, Zelda. and those I think should, materialise. It would have been nice. We have this. We have Martin Lung obviously performs. Martin Lung is a video game pianist. He performs the various songs of Mario and Final Fantasy. Does the Mario one theme very, very quickly. So yeah, it would have been nice, bearing in mind that if it didn't do maybe the Mario themes, but maybe did like Green Hill sped up or something like that. That would have been quite nice. This is a very good point of the IRC, in that something I'd quite like to see. I'd like to see a Street Fighter medley in there myself, but not at the expense of those trio, if you like. I mean, there's one of the things I also said to Roy was like, did it really need three acts of Halo? I mean, it's all you can have like the main one that everyone's familiar with, or do something like that. But did it really need, big Halo 1 song, big Halo 2 song, big Halo 3 song? Really, So yeah. Going back to the beginning of the show, we also had Sandopolis Zone, Act 2, and we also had the theme from Let's Tap, the Probe game, which is going to be published by Sega. I'm not sure what the situation is at the moment in terms of European. It's been published definitely by Sega in Japan. I'm going to be, I'm hoping, I really am hoping it's going to come out this side of the pond, because basically I want community on that. It's Nakasan, it's mine. So all the way through this VJF, anytime there was a half a second of Sonic on there, we just basically cheered as loudly as we could, and we started getting a lot of other people doing it as well, I think. And we also cheered for Sega specifically, but we cheered for Sonic as well, mostly. And then came a nice trip back. Oh, that was good. The London Bridge Underground has been closed due to a fire, I think. Oh, crikey. Go up, round, down London, to the point where you might be able to walk to the main train station from there, and it's like, oh, it's open again. Oh, damn it. It cost me the same amount as the ticket did to get a taxi back from a random place just outside of central London, so it wouldn't cost as much in the first place. Oh, there was a night bus involved, there was fights, there was avoiding blasted gangs. Oh, I got in at 2:30am and it was very, very cold. Anyway, one of the things that's coming up today is Rex Factor. Whilst T-Bird Show was going on, I thought it'd be a pretty good idea if I actually got people to start doing Rex Factor now, because it's end of October, going to start November soon, and obviously things have to be in by before Christmas. So I have written out the Rex Factor rules, and the Rex Factor 2000, and I think it's 2008, I think it's 08, I don't think it's 09. Can't remember which round I've been doing the years to date, but yes, Rex Factor 2000 and blah, 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 is going to be open as of, as of in a minute. So I'm going to go through the rules, because there are specific rules, and I've figured out who's doing what and how it's going to be marked, and I've also sorted out in the how people get the bonuses this time around, so that's going to be fun. And who the judges are, because you may or may not know the judges. So all that's going to be explained after I put on some music for you and you and you and you and you. What can we have? I'd like some Sonic Adventure, please. And we're going to have... Where was that? We're going to have Blue Star from Sonic Adventure. And we're also going to have... somebody was saying in Eon the other day, I haven't got Eon up at the moment, I must admit, but somebody was after the Sonic 06 piece of music, and it was the one with lots and lots of little things. Where is it? It was the Kingdom Valley piece, that was it. So if we have those two, that's going to be a nice chunk of music there. So you got Blue Star, then Kingdom Valley, which is obviously the wind, the castle, lakeside, water, fire, heart, go planet. So I'm going to leave you with those, and when I come back in, it's 8 minutes. It's 8 minutes, but I think I'll cut Kingdom Valley a bit short. So I'll see you in a bit for those. And if you've got any questions, PM me or send an email to radioredux@sonicrex.com. I will answer them after I announce all the Rex Factor rules and regs and what not. Okay, guys. Here's Blue Star for you. You're listening to Radio Redux, where I haven't done Timmy for about 2 weeks. Huh. Radio Redux. Okay, so I am back. You may be able to see the actual, name of this show, and it's actually the Without the DC show. Mainly because my good mate DC, Ben Campion, who, if you've seen any of the Sonic Rex stuff, he's the guy who's like the co-creator of the Redux, or all the Redux stuff, and he's the guy behind Alzari and all that shizzle. He was supposed to be here today, but unfortunately he went to the expo by the sound of things. He went to the Games Expo that happened on Saturday, and he spent all his money to the point where he actually hasn't got enough money to get down here for the show. So he fails, frankly. He fails miserably. He's been on a couple of Radio Redux shows before for you Radio Redux veterans out there, which immediately rules out most of the TSS chat room. Heading back into it, we can find out what's going on in terms of questions. No Joe Forever, Frost is my creation. Although technically Frost is part of the Redux universe. We have an epic no questions. Wow, it's almost as if it was last week. Seriously, any questions? Would you like to send me questions? I will answer questions. Questions are good. Fail. Right, let's have a look in Eon and just see if there's any questions there. Board. Radio Redux, Yuri's asked a question by the look of things. Get out of the benchmark. Katana the Hedgehog asks, what is your favourite line from Sonic Chronicles? Ooh, that's a good question. It's probably Omega's line. It's probably Omega's line from when they tell Omega that Eggman is actually on their side. When he turns to and goes, "Fuzzy woodland creature is clearly insane. Recommended options: terminate." In fact, it was so good, I actually I decided to use that particular one on the Sonic City page. The Echo's just sent me. Shall I just delete that from Eon? Save Blake stuff. Echo says, costume for Halloween. I'm a bit big for Halloween, sweetheart. I'd go as Tails doll, probably. I don't know. Tails. Do Tails doll. Why not? That's quite good actually, because Ninja's Tails costume. All you need is just like stick an antenna on top of it with a red diamond on it, and all of a sudden, Ridger becomes the scariest thing in the entire Sonic franchise. Would you like to play? Come play with me. Play. Etc. That was excellent. That's Sonic short. Come to me, my child. Come play with me. Oh my god, it's like somebody has done some kind of some kind of plea for questions, and people have actually sent in questions. Who went to the expo yesterday, and what was he dressed as? DC went to the expo yesterday, and he was dressed as DC. I don't know. I didn't go to the expo myself. I know T and Mike Taylor of Sonic Cage Dome. They went to the expo as well. There was another attempt to better the world record for a number of video game cosplayers, and I can only assume it was successful. And yes, well, they can just be as successful as they like. I'm not pleased with them. I'm not pleased with Guinness at all, owing to their idiocy in general by putting on their press release and being very derogatory about the previous record attempt, which was also in London, and a lot of people actually took time out on a very silly day, which they chose because they were stupid. Not much more I can say about that, really. I think most people know the situation. It says Rex Factor rules, then you get questions. Yeah. If you would ask what do the questions have to be about, which is a very good question. They have to be about, stuff. ShadowFox04 says that we did beat it. I was part of it. What did you dress up as, or who did you dress up as, ShadowFox04? Let me know, and I will let everyone else know, because they're now obviously interested. Yeah, it was a bit off of them what they actually did, and they should have actually done it originally at the expo in the first place, of course. But yes, let me know what / who you dressed as, and I will be able to sort it all out. Vija's doing well, and he's getting all the dates and days and times for all the shows. So thank you, Vija. I will read those out at the end when you do. Isabek Sonic says, which Digimon would be your partner? I'd be greedy and have Patamon and Gatomon because they're just excellent. And I could sell Gatomon's tail ring and make a small fortune. And then get a sort of dummy replacement. She wouldn't know the difference, I can live as a king! Strongbad. Strongbad just giving me another time. Thank you for the question, Mr. Mexonic. The main chat room. Yes, Fuhan. If you could voice any Sonic character, who would you pick? Well, Espio. Espio, obviously. Espio's quite easy on the voice now than he used to be. Shadow Fox04 says, I was generic Halo Marine. First person to do a good picture of Marine dressed up in in Halo gear wins a prize. I think because that's just I literally just had that image, and so first person to who can draw me a kick-ass picture of Marine as a Halo Marine will actually, get. I'll send you some sort of prize, I think. But well done, Shadow Fox 04. Good on you for turning up for that. But yeah, I'll do Espio and Yes, the whole Tails doll thing was, to clarify, because some people for some reason don't know, that was from the Sonic Shorts one with Tails doll interrupting and then becoming very violent. Forever Sonic says, will your name be appearing in the Sonic Unleashed credits? Would you be annoyed if not? The answer is yes, and exceptionally. There'd be an awful lot of trouble, actually, if I don't show up in the Unleashed credits, bearing in mind that I was removed from the Chronicles credits for reasons unknown. Joe, is that the full list? Ooh, nice one. And he's even remembered his own show. That's quite that's quite good of him. I'm going to copy and paste that just in case I accidentally. Erase that. I'm going to put it on the end of the Rex Factor rules, which I'm going to talk about now. Okay, Rex Factor. For those of you who don't know, and who weren't at SOS either, Rex Factor at the end of every season of Radio Redux. So every time we get to hit end of the year, we have what is essentially a karaoke contest. And as of last year, it got split into two tiers, those being the All-Stars and the All-Comers. Now, normally what we do is, I've got a whole sort of menagerie of instrumentals, and I point you at them, and I say, go sing! And then then half of you ignore that, and then record over the top of the song, even though there's an instrumental available, or something. So, there's some changes to the rules this time, and this has a theme. Now, the theme this time is duets. I did actually announce this very early on, if not more or less immediately at the beginning of 2008. So it shouldn't be that much of a shock to you, frankly, because you've had plenty of time to sort yourself out and what have you. Earthart says the unknown reason with regard to the Chronicles thing is that someone thinks you are becoming too powerful in the Sega universe. It might well have been political, actually. I.e., somebody slightly higher up who didn't actually have anything to do with the game but wanted to be in on it themselves, and I might have been taken out to make room for them. But we'll never know. We'll never know. And if I do find out, heaven help them. So, the rules are as follows. Okay, we've got 4 judges. We normally have 4 judges, actually. 3 of whom are named, and the 4th one is generally a surprise. Well, the 4th one, this will not shock you at all, is going to be a surprise. There's no guarantee that the surprise of the 4th one is that there isn't a 4th judge, but we shall see how it goes. Basically, the judges are to be confirmed. Demix, because I haven't really spoken to Demix for ages, but Demix has been judge for every single Rex Factor to date, so it shouldn't shock him that he's asked again. Previous contender on the All-Stars, Ram the Dragon. I can't remember where she came last year. It was a very good song. But she's a judge this year, so it's like our first female judge. Woo! History! And the third judge, mainly so he doesn't come last again, is Dreadnoughts. Dreadnoughts is going to do some of the judging this year. He's going to do it in a way that is fair and arbitrary. Well, he's going to do it in a way that's fair anyway. He's going to do it in a way that's fair, or I'm going to bitch slap him across the face. Whoop-ha! I'll pimp slap him and tread on his toes. And then go, ha! And tweak his nose. And I'm going to say, if you don't mark it correctly, I will take a razor to your scalp and, I'll take some clippers and carve the Mario M into the back of your hair. Because, that must be the most the most horrid thing I could do to him, obviously. So I'll go through the marks, okay? Because these, I don't know how to figure these out actually. So okay, I'll read them out as is. Judges will award marks out of 10 for both technical skill, which means the quality of the singing and the quality of the performance. Please note this is not the quality of the MP3. If you have trouble with the MP3, you can't record at a very high level. You won't be penalised for that. And also, so another 10 is going to be given to artistic impression. Now, this could be how the performance was arranged, if it was sort of sung in a different way, if it was sort of quite creative, but also how entertaining it was, or how enjoyable it was. It can be the most wonderful performance in the world, but if it bores you to death, it's not going to do very well on the artistic impression front. But as of last year, sort of a move to try and get people to be even more creative, I put on a bonus if you sang in a language that wasn't your natural language. So if you're in the UK or America, it would be English, or if you live in America, or if you live in Spain, Spanish. So if you're in if you're English and your primary language is obviously English, if you then sing the song in Japanese, you'll get a bonus, for example. Obviously, the Japanese one on quite a few of the tracks is going to come up. So I've made a slight alteration. Okay, and obviously it's not just a bonus in terms of a static mark; it's actually a percentage this time. So it's all got to be it's all a bit slightly more complicated, but slightly better thought out. Okay, an additional multiplier plus 10 will be added to the final total should the song be performed in a language which is not the primary language that the participant, i.e. English, sings Japanese. However, 13% is available if the song is translated and performed in a different in a language different to any way it has been. Now, I had a late entry last year. Oops, mic falls down. I had a late entry last year, which was Elise Bellatrix's Mi Destino, which was obviously My Destiny in, was it Italian or something? I think it was Italian. And obviously it was fantastic. And so this can be done. So that is 10%, but if it's a different language, a language different to what it's also been produced in, you get 13%. And that's actually quite important. The difference there. An additional 10% will be added to the final total should the song submitted be performed by two people as a duet. Now, it's up to you how you go about doing the duet, because some songs aren't sung as duets, obviously. So, but some single vocalist songs can be tweaked and adjusted, and some naturally lend themselves, when you think about it, to being sung by two people. So you get another 10% if you do it as a duet. And a third multiplier of another 10% is available for any additional production techniques. This is known as the Digi-Valentine clause. After last year's All-Star winners, Digi and Trippy basically did their own music and did their version of Dreams to that. So, if you're going to be hyper creative, you're going to get another 10%. So there's the ability, because they all stack together into they go together in a big clump. If you did in a different language, a duet, so you did a duet in a different language and was sort of quite creative in terms of maybe remixing the track or creating different music variation of the track or something like that. You've got the ability to get an entire third of your marks on top of your mark again. So if you got, if you did absolutely, for some reason, say you got, I don't know, obviously this wouldn't be right because if you got 15, you would then get another 5%. Another 5 marks on top of that, because if you did all of those things, so you get 33%. If you get you get a third of that back on. So that's 5 from 15. So your total score would be 20. I'm also going to put this up on Sonic Rex, so you can read through it and understand at a later date. Right? All Stars specific rules here. Okay. To qualify as an All-Star, you must either be a senior member of a Sega/Sonic website or community, within the community, quite senior. So you've got known, basically. You can also be a previous Rex Factor All-Stars participant, or a previous Rex Factor All-Comers winner. So if you won from the All-Comers in the previous year, you immediately get bumped up, if you like, to All-Star, because you've won the All-Comers, so you get bumped up to the Premier League, if you like. You can also be specifically invited to enter the All-Star competition by me. But obviously final placement of all people are at the discretion of the organiser, which is me, funnily enough. Right. All-Stars are required, I do mean required, to perform a duet. Said duet cannot be done with someone with whom they are regular collaborators. So, again, Trippy cannot sing with Digi. Rory, although he couldn't anyway, because Dreadnoughts is a judge, Rory Black would not be able to sing with Dreadnoughts. So if you're tied at the hip with someone, I mean, quite obviously tied at the hip with somebody, you will not be able to do the duet with them. Now, the whole point of this is to encourage some sort of new, sort of stronger ties between different people who you might not work with. I mean, I know Earthart's been mooting the possibility of working with Digi and looking forward to it. But obviously, it's those two, and they don't obviously. It's developing friendships and all sorts of things like that. It's all good, nice fun. Echo's now going to be complaining, I'm guessing. Yeah, Echo wants to sing with me. Yeah, you just do that song anyway. I'm exempt. But anyway, as I was saying, this is to encourage the stronger ties. As such, because the duets are obviously all, compulsory, the multiplier for the duets will not be added on to the scores for the All-Stars. All-Comers, on the other hand, that's something slightly different. All-Comers can be anyone from the Sonic/Sega fanbase, within reason obviously, and any Sega song is submittable. Other games company songs are submissible, but Sega ones are, and more specifically Sonic ones, are preferred. Please, thank you very much. Much I'd love 20 billion of you doing the Smash Brothers theme, or what has been touted in previous years. Conker's Bad Fur Day has been touted in previous years, I recall. But I mean, we've had. Last year we had Burning Rangers, which was a fantastic one. That was a fantastic track. Yeah, so it's there was some scope there. There is some scope there. Anyone who does the vocal version of Epona's song will instantly win. I think. So that's clause 12B. So clause 12B. If you do the vocal version of Epona's song, you instantly win. Excuse me. Yes, a variety of instrumental tracks are available for download in the shared repository. Now, not to bore you to death, the actual dates that you need to do these for, okay? Final submission date for all tracks, okay, without exception, is December the 18th. Okay, December the 18th. The final Radio Redux show of Season 3 will be taking place, provisionally, at any rate, on Sunday, December 19th. Judgment, will be rendered as per usual and as per tradition on the first Radio Redux show of what will be Season 4 in January 2009. And so in that final show on December 19th, I'm gonna play all the songs and talk you through some of the songs and who's done what, and then we shall see. There's usually like the fourth judge is public vote. There's also normally the public vote, which is like worth another half the marks again. Unless I find a decent poll system, that's really not going to happen. It normally infects all stars anyway. So, right, I've been chatting for flipping ages. Hopefully there's going to be some more questions after this music break, which I'm going to take right now. And what can I have in terms of music? And you think it's oh no for 2008? Wait till you figure out what I've done for what I've got planned for 2009 Rex Factor for you. There we go. It's going to be badass. We're going to have Powerman 5000 with Almost Dead, because my voice almost is, and after that we're going to have some more Sonic and Knuckles with Mushroom Hill Zone Act 1. So those are coming up, and I will see you after the break. See ya.
No more gods, no more graves. Are you friend or fiend? No more life, no more death. Somewhere in between. Friend or fiend, no more life.
Okay, lots of response and questions and things after the X Factor rules read out just now. They will be put up on the Rex Factor page, and the way you find that is you go on the main Sonic Rex page, so with the news page, go from the index through enter, and obviously go to the news page. And on the left there'll be various little tabs. Now if you click on the Radio Redux one, it'll expand, and there'll be a little link in there saying Rex Factor. So click on that, and you'll find the instrumentals there, and you'll also find the rules, and I'll put those up near the end of the show. Or sorry, near after the end of the show, I should say. So there was quite a few questions going down. Azimex says, I won last place, does that count? Only if all that you have in life is a series of last places, then that counts. Phantom Skyblaster really wants to enter the Rex Factor and shall destroy all your eardrums with Phantom Skyblaster's rendition of Flying the Freedom. It can't be much worse than... Oh dear. It can't be much worse than... Even he knows it. It can't be much worse than perhaps the worst entry we've ever had.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. Starlight, starlight. These vagabond shoes are long.
Vagabond shoes. Yeah, I mean, everyone was wondering what happened, with the SSMB clean out a while ago. It wasn't actually people cleaned out stuff, it was just because half the people on the SSMB committed suicide because of that song. That's why the SSMB numbers went down so much. It wasn't to declare, it was just Speed Nux's song. So, if you really think you can do a worse song than that, go right ahead. Of course, All Stars, as you well know, at least I hope you know, if you're in the All Stars, they have an added incentive to do well, because the person, or should it be persons in this instance, who come last, have to do a special forfeit. Now, if you're at Summer Sonic 2008, earlier this year, August 9th, then you would have seen me embarrass the Jocelyn brothers of Dreadnoughts and Mariah Black by making them do their forfeit, which had magically been forgotten about, live in front of everyone. And it obviously was the traditional forfeit of seeing the DK rap, and I'm very certain that somebody's now going to put up the YouTube link if you want to see them being forced to sing the DK rap a cappella, actually. And it was actually very good. It won't be the DK rap this time. I've found something worse. Yeah, I found something worse. So, yes, so you have to watch out for that if you're an all-star. I did actually there were some more questions. For everyone like us, does your duet partner to be of the all-star level? If you are an all-star, then it's probably best that you team up with a fellow all-star. Although if you want to elevate somebody to all, if you want to team up with an all-star, that would get you into the all-star category. Okay. Strong Badass, how you can headbang to a MIDI. Oh dear. Earthart asks 4 questions. And Earthart says, can you give me an email for Digi and Trippy, as I would quite like to see how they are doing? Yes, I can. Give me a tick while I find that for you. Actually, I've just remembered what it is anyway, so I believe... Whoops. I believe, Earthart, it's this. And Earthart says, number 2, I'm looking forward to Guitar Hero World Tour. I didn't get a chance to see it at VGL, actually. To be honest, I'm not that bothered. You know, I'm not that bothered. Ever asked how many entries are we allowed to submit? You can again, we have to invoke another rule here, which is Elson Darkspeed's Wong rule, in that you can submit as many as you like, but you have to specify specify a track which is the actual one. Also, if you've got any work in progress files, keep hold of those, because if you've ever listened to anything off the Rex Factor album, the 2006-2007 album, all the compilations, we had some work in progress ones, specifically of the Jocelyn Bros. And it's just interesting to listen to all of them and see how it goes. And I also ask, is it worse than the Poker Rap? Hell yeah. It's beyond the Poker Rap. It's beyond any kind of rap. Forever Sonic says, Forever Sonic asks, does Forever Sonic count as an all-star? I think it's someone high in the community. I don't feel I'm part of the main group. Sad face, although I would like to be. To be honest, Forever Sonic, I wouldn't class you as top tier in that regard. Depends. Does coding fast me be administrative radio say you count? If you team up with an all-star, you'll definitely be in. I don't know. We'll have to see who takes part in the all-stars, because I'll have to balance it out. I mean, to give you a clue, I mean, Lewis, Sonic Yoda, was in the all-comers last year, and I think Joe was in the all-comers last year as well. Earthart, were you in All-Stars last year, or were you in All-Comers? I can't remember. I think Earthart might have been in All-Comers as well. So we will see, Forever Sonic, we will see. Depends entirely on who we get in. I'm still going to need to balance it out a bit, most likely. Bum, 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 bum. Someone says, easy to find something worse than the DK app because it's awesome. No, it's not. I also said he came third in all comers. Yes, I was right. He was in the all comers before. So, do we have any more questions coming through, or should I really start tying up the show? I think that might be an idea. I'm sure you'd like lots of music. But next week we'll do another Halloween show. Why not? Let's do another Halloween show. We can't really do a Bond. When's Bond? I'm sure somebody will not get it before me. Another sort of, yeah, it's just around that time. I mean, misses it by a couple of days, but Yeah, we can have a Halloween show. I'm sorry, Timmy, you can't come to the Halloween show. We're dressing you up in raggedy clothes and putting you on the top of this massive pile of branches. Oh, ignore the smell, it's just paraffin. I've soaked them in paraffin so that they're nice and clean and light easily. You were complaining you were cold earlier, now cope with the results of your actions. There we go, crowbarred him in. So, just nipping back and checking whether or not there was any more questions in Eon. And the answer is, I'm guessing no. Transferring data to Zygerx.com. Come on! Done. Nothing. There. Excellent. I'm so pleased. Yes, there's no more questions from that. And any more questions from the forum? And the answer is oh dear, everyone's arguing about DK rap now, and everyone's sort of singing the DK rap. Joe Brown's actually got a question. Why didn't they let the Speed Mend It instrumental on the Rex Factor page? Because it hasn't been updated yet, Joe Forever. That's a very good point, though. Actually, I think it was at one stage. I don't know where it's gone, if that's the case. Hang on a minute, I'm just going to... Let me just open up the code here. Yeah, there's a couple to add to that, actually. But, yeah, I'll make a note on there as to that. Speed Mender instrumental. If you've got any others that you think I've missed out, or for some reason aren't appearing on that list, that people could be interested in doing, well, let me know. Exactly. Right. Now, So we've done all the questions, and so I'm going to have one piece of music now. One sort of last piece of music. And that's going to be from Eon, because people have actually been submitting music on Eon, which is good. I knew the forum was useful for something. Umiyuri. And did have some requests, but I can't seem to find where they are now. Story is over. Why isn't that appearing? Story is over. Huh. Okay, let's have this. In which case, we're going to have the result theme, which is the Spanish guitar version of His World, which is quite short. And we're going to follow that with Overclocked Remix, or some kind of remix anyway. Ba 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 ba. From Project Chaos, it's going to be Kanjika with Breathtaking Vision. So I got those two, and I'm going to give you the rundown and say bye. So these two tracks, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Okay, so just last orders of business to sort out. So, the list of shows coming up. If anyone missing from this list, blame Vijay, because he supplied me with the list. So Tuesday at 7 p.m. you have Speednax Pie with Speednax Pie. 8 p.m. the One-Sided Talk Show with Slingerland. Ooh. Tuesdays are Tuesdays is the day, really, isn't it? 10 p.m. there's the Random Hour with Jejever Eva. Wednesday at 9 p.m. you've got Earthart's Boombox. With Earthart, surprisingly. And that's actually going to be the last show for a little while, so tune in specifically Wednesday for see Earthart shake his boombox. You're so nasty. Thursdays at 10 p.m. is Crazy Goodness Live with Strong Bad. Friday at 8:30 p.m. the always entertaining Roy Black is on the air with Tiger's Eye. On Saturday at 6 p.m. we have a new show hitting Sega Sonic Radio. EC Airwaves. Vijay there. He covered T-Bird the other week and was very successful and was very entertaining, and look forward to listening to that Saturdays from 6 p.m. These are obviously all UK times. Americans should be aware that the UK has gone, the clocks have gone back an hour, so the distance has been shortened a little bit. Then Saturday at 11 p.m. we have Turbo Drive Live with Turbo. Sunday at 6 p.m. obviously we have Tea Time with T-Bird. And next time T-Bird's on, your task is to make him happy. Okay, that's your task, to make T-Bird happy. Say things, give him treats, give him sweets, and you've got to make him happy. That's the aim of the game. Sunday at 7 p.m. there's going to be some guy called Archange UK with some shit called Radio Redux. It'll never last. You know, well, these fly-by-night shows never last. And so all of those times were correct at the time of publishing, and wow, Vijay says this took so much longer than he thought. Just checking in case anyone was missing. No, because they're all talking about paedophilia for some reason. And that's a very good place to end it. Not with paedophilia, but just generally, just a good place to end it. End it all, you know. So, leaving that topic well alone for the chat room to just go and dismantle. I've been Archange UK. This has been Radio Redux, and I will see you next week, most probably. Bye for now.